Okay, guys, I don't know if you noticed, but I only have 5-minute sections to do these videos. So I'm going to go through and answer question 1 pretty quickly here. So if you have your guided questions ready, you can go here. And I actually already have the answer highlighted for you. It is C. Remember, you can either change the color or make it bold. I don't really care, whichever one you want to do, as long as it's easy for me to see which answer you have chosen. The answer is C, because he does all of these other things except this third choice here. So he does, the question is asking us, what does he do except which one of these is wrong? So he was asked to participate in nonviolent direct action programs, which is actually just a really fancy way of saying peaceful protests. He does provide biblical justification, and he does not consider himself an outsider. The only one that he does not do is he does not mention that the clergy of Birmingham had not taken action. So C is the correct answer here, and I'm going to change it to purple so that we can see that. Okay, back to paragraph 5. Now, there's a word in all of this letter that I am uncomfortable reading because I don't get to ask any of you if you find it offensive. So the word right here, I'm going to say it once just so that you know what I'm talking about. The word is Negroes. I don't feel comfortable saying that again because I don't have your approval. So I'm actually just going to blank it out when I come across it. So if you think that I'm stopping to read or anything like that, I'm not. I'm actually just pausing briefly. You can say it in your head if you want. All right, paragraph 5. In any nonviolent campaign, there are 4 basic steps. 1, collection of the facts to determine whether injustices are alive. 2, negotiation. 3, self-purification. And 4, direct action. We have gone through all these steps in Birmingham. Birmingham is probably the most thoroughly segregated city in the United States. Its ugly record of police brutality is known in every section of the country. Unjust treatment in courts is a notorious reality. There have been more unsolved bombings of homes and churches in Birmingham than any city in this nation. These are the hard, brutal, and unbelievable facts. On the basis of these conditions, leaders sought to negotiate with the city fathers. But the political leaders consistently refused to engage in good faith negotiation. And I highlighted up here, these are the steps that King says must be taken if you want to engage in peaceful protest. So those 4 things are the things that you need to check for if you want to have peaceful protests or nonviolent direct action. Then came the opportunity last September to talk with some of the leaders of the economic community. In these negotiating sessions, certain promises were made by the merchants, such as the promise to remove the humiliating racial signs from the stores. On the basis of these promises, Reverend Shuttlesworth and the leaders of the Alabama Christian Movement for Human Rights agreed to call a moratorium on any type of demonstrations. As the weeks and months unfolded, we realized that we were the victims of a broken promise. The signs remained, as in so many experiences in the past, we were confronted with blasted hopes, and the dark shadow of a deep disappointment settled upon us. So we have no alternative except for that of preparing for direct action, whereby we would present our very bodies as the means of laying our case before the conscience of the local and national community. We were not unmindful of the difficulties involved, so we decided to go through the process of self-purification. We started having workshops on nonviolent and repeatedly asked ourselves the questions: are you able to accept the blows without retaliating? Are you able to endure the ordeals of jail? So they decided, here, my note here, they decided they could go forward with the peaceful protest because they had gone through all 4 steps.